Hello and welcome to my Ironman Collection Log Series, Episode 8, Slayer, Part 1. Let's start this episode off strong with getting our first level of this episode with 65 Slayer. And before we go into the details of what we need to achieve, what my overall goals are when it comes to Slayer, and everything else, we start, of course, with the collection log slot. As you might have guessed, we're still in the Tizar area, and the first one we get from them is
the
Onyx.
collection log.
So now let's begin with what we need to achieve. The highest Slayer monster enemy that we need to kill, or the highest Slayer drop that we need to get, is the Rune Boots from the Necreals. So to be able to get the Rune Boots, we need to have 80 Slayer. So that's basically the overarching goal over this and the next episode, to reach 80 Slayer and be able to kill the not gargoyles, Necreals. And before we do that, we have another nice collection log slot with the Obsidian Lakes. They are gonna be my best in slot lag slot because of the melee strength that they give. That was pretty nice that the first Obsidian armor piece that I got was one that I'm gonna use as well. I'm gonna show in the background while we talk a bit about the stuff that we need. I'm gonna show all the levels that I gained. And this one was actually a quite nice one, the 66 layer one, because I could kill the Fossil Island wyverns. And since I need to kill them for the granite boots, I was able to get them some of them on task. Afterwards, I decided to do the Fremnik Exiles quest to be able to kill the Basilisk Knights, because they have a quite high chance to get the Basilisk head that we need. And if I would have gotten a face guard, that would have been just juicy, so I decided why not try it out and basically get the Exiles quest as well. I was super lucky when I got my first Dust Devils task, because that was my first barrage task that I could do, and the difference in XP is just crazy from normal killing the stuff with melee range and safe spotting and all the kind of stuff, just to being able to barrage. Is just ridiculous, the amount of XP you gain. But as you can see here, I still had only my Major Arena 1 cape, so after doing that task I decided it was finally time for me to get my Major Arena 2 cape. And as everyone knows, the best looking cape is just the black one, so I got the imbued Zamorak cape. And after I got this cape, I got the Fire Giants as a Slayer task, so I thought, why not try Royal Titans solo? As you can see in my inventory, it was a big pain, at least for me, because I was running super low on basically everything I had. It just sucked to kill all the elementals, because you can't have your spell instantly on there. You always need to switch back to the spell book and all that kind of stuff, and then click and click and click, and I just basically couldn't do it. Maybe there's a smarter way to do it. And I also forgot to switch to my black mask as well, so it was just a pain. So I decided not to go for it after I tried one kill. So as you can see here now, another one of those Rune Heraldic shields that I needed. So I decided to open the caskets that I have. I always check again if for some reason I have the Heraldic shield in my bank before I do it, but because I've forgotten or something. But as you can see, I don't have it in my collection log. I don't have it in my bank. So I opened up all the caskets that I had in the bank already, and let's see what we get.
The collection log.
We got 2 new collection log slots, but sadly not the Rune Heraldic shield, so another one of those needs to be dropped. That's kind of sad, but still, hard clues aren't too hard to come by. Afterwards, I decided to go ahead and not Turiel skip, but boost basically So I did 9 tutorial tasks and was hoping to get red task to kill Scurious on task. And in the first few kills, I always just killed Scurious and I didn't kill any of the other reds that he spawned. And it was also a bit of a hustle because you get hit quite a lot and you have to switch between your melee and whatever he's hitting you with. So that was a bit of a hustle as well. Overall, I can say that I tried to basically go for level 80 Slayer first and get as many kills on task for all the monsters that I need to kill because of the Slayer Helm perk. It's just so much nicer. And once I reached level 80, I've decided to then go out and grind the specific monsters. And you can see that later on in the next episode when I start really going ham on all of the monsters. But as you can see here now, I switched to basically killing the reds as well. But of course I didn't switch there because it was basically dead already. And then I decided to finish off my red task with just killing the ones that were still in there. And I also got the Scurious Champion task done, which brought me closer to the medium combat achievements. And now I have done basically all of the Scurious tasks except the one that you need for you need the Red Bane weapon for. So that's gonna be the last one that I will be able to do when I what's it called again? When I have the Red Bane weapon. And then I can kill him, as well as the other one where you need the Red Bane weapon for as well, so you can one-tick them. That was the reason why I basically went ahead and Slayer task boosted, so I could buy Broader Fletching and the Slayer Helm perk as well. Because for Broader Fletching, that's so nice just to be able to have basically infinite element bolts without having to worry about anything else. It's just way, way nicer than always have to fletch your own bowls and smooth them and everything. It's just, compared to just buying them, it's so much nicer. And here you can basically see one of the reasons why I needed Broader Fletching and also 83 range that I got. But killing the Basilisk Knights is such a pain because, especially when you're like only so low in your combat stats, it's just so slow. And also one of the reasons why it took me so long to get to level 80 Slayer, because I decided to kill them. Because I was hoping to get the face mask from it. And after a bit of more point boosting, I was also able to buy the Slayer Helm perk. And now I feel like I kinda escaped at least the low level perks. Low level part with just getting the Slayer Helm in place. It feels like you reach mid level once you have the Slayer Helm, at least for me. And I also think it looks so much cooler compared to the Black Mask. Just the Black Mask looks so goofy when you wear it compared to the Slayer Helm. Now, once I reached 70 Slayer, I always decided to go ahead and basically get some prayer levels up here and there, because it's just nicer to have a higher prayer level, as we all know, so you don't need to recharge as often and all that kind of stuff. Also, one thing that I did, it might not be like micro efficient, but at least it was easier for me to do it like that, was I always used the Moonlight Moths as basically a prayer potion. I needed to bank way more often because of that. But for me, it was quite nice to just do that. And instead of just going ahead and make an infinite amount of prayer potions and then worry about, okay, am I going to use prayer or not? And should I pray flick? Should I not do it? And all that kind of stuff. So I just decided to go for the Moonlight Moths. They are such a nice addition, at least for me, when it comes to early game as an Ironman. First, I started with the Fire Giants and maged them. Because of the new elemental weakness thingy, they are quite nice to kill with mage, but it was just too slow, and I wanted to get my combat up, so I reached level 100 combat, so I could do pest control like a little bit more efficient and you get a task from Duradel, which are both two things that I wanted to get. So I decided to basically melee as much as possible. So that's basically why you see me melee a lot of stuff, and maybe not range or safe spot or anything. Because I just wanted to go ahead and get to 100 combat as fast as possible. For that part, it's quite fitting that it's just said at this clip, because I reached 95 combat at this point. And I also don't really check what would be the best efficient way when it comes to leveling up attack, strength, and all that kind of stuff. I know that there is a little bit of a formula out there where you should go for, I don't know, like 84 strength first, and then go for 73 attack, so you have the highest DPS, and then go for another 2 strength level and all that kind of stuff. But I just go for whatever feels like it, or what the enemies are weak against. So if they're weak against Crush and I use the zombie eggs, I try to put it on strength and all that kind of stuff. That's basically the only thing that I look out for. I don't really care that much about the little bit of DPS difference, especially not when I'm doing these Slayer tasks that are all kinda equally slow or faster, however you want to put that. I feel like one thing that already gets kinda clear from this deep into the episode is that early game Slayer, at least in my opinion, is so bad. You get the same task over and over and over again. They aren't really that fast, at least not when you're a low-level Ironman. You might be able to speed them up, and I might be able to do stuff differently here and there, but overall I don't really like early game Slayer. And what I also don't really like is the way like Slayer points work, basically, which is why I'm super stoked for them to revisit Slayer points and see what they do with them and what they came up with. I think everything compared to what it is right now should be better, because right now, early on, Slayer points are basically a lot more worth than they are later on. Especially in the beginning, like, you need a lot of Slayer points first to get all the unlocks. You get Broader Fletching, Ring Bling, Slayer Helm, the thingies that you extend your task, everything like that. I'm not even talking about like setting up your block list where you need some points for, or skipping tasks. Basically, early on, you can't really like skip tasks because you need all the points to first get good Slayer gear and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I don't really like about Slayer points right now. I know that they said that they're gonna change it up, but I don't really know what they're gonna change it into, and I just think that everything that they will do is going to be better than what it is right now, to be honest. And what you see now in the background is something I'm a bit how do I call it? I don't really like that I basically meleeed the Tazars all the time, because it would have been so much faster to burst them as well. But I thought I was still in the mindset of trying to get to 100 combat, that I just thought, okay, I need to melee as much as I can, and it was kinda AFK to kill them, to be honest. What you could see in the background right now, me getting the obsidian plate body, is not a foreshadowing for the upcoming episode as well, and for this one, because that was super lucky. The obsidian plate legs and plate body are both 1 and 2k drops, and I got them super early on, like around like 800 KC or something. So it was super early for me to get both of them, and especially not a duplicate as well. That was just so good, so lucky for me to get both of them.
The
and I even got another one from the Tazars, the Orbi Shield as well. That's basically everything is to be expected from them, to get from them when you get the full obsidian armor, because the obsidian armor is just so much rarer that it's basically 100% guaranteed to get like everything else once you got the armor. At this point, I only needed one more unique from the Tazars, but I would have killed them even more if I got that one another clock as well from them, because I know it would be in the hard tier, the next one that I needed, but still I don't really... I know I make the rules, so I would just have ticked one off from the hard tier. This clip is just... I feel like this guy, like in the... that's running around there, he bought it. Because that happened so often doing that task that he just came in here, like to the blood veld area, and was just running like up and down, up and down, up and down, as he was like grouping up the jellies to get hard clues or whatever. So he was just running there, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then at some point, I don't know if he saw it or if the bot program detected that he wasn't in the right area, then at some point he just ran away. So I don't know what he was doing, or if he was just AFKing with a like foot pedal or something, I don't know. But this was hella awkward. Yeah, then I was able to get my first chorus task as well, and I was hoping basically to get the Leaf Better Battle Axe from them. It's a 1 out of 1k drop, but I was hoping to get lucky on it, maybe on one of my first tasks, but sadly, as you could see, I wasn't that lucky. I still was able to get a lot of like ensouled heads, and I tried to get as many like bones, bring them back to the bank to sacrifice them, and all that kind of stuff. I basically tried to do as much prayer training as I could without actively training prayer, if that makes any sense. But it got me to 66 prayer already, which is quite nice to just have a little bit higher prayer level. And of course also works in tandem with my goal of reaching 100 combat basically. Because you always get a tiny bit of XP, like combat level for each prayer level. I don't know what the conversion rate is, but I think it's pretty low, like 1/8 or something per prayer level. Yeah, as you can see here now, 75 defense, 98 combat. And after that I decided to give like barraging them a try. And it's so much nicer to do that, especially when you know how to do it. I just looked up a little video how to do it. And when you only attack the major or the, let's call him Lurer, you don't even need any like darts or anything. You can just do it with that one guy and he lures everyone else in. So it's actually not too bad to barrage them. Like you can see there, the one that I marked on the screen, like these light blue ones, when you attack them, everyone else tries to go to the rescue and help them. Here I got another obby shield. I got a lot of different stuff, and I think my dev's coffer is gonna be set for quite some time with all the stuff that I got on this grind. So that's something, it's kind of nice, especially right now. Even if I die, I think my dev's coffer is only like, I don't know, 15-20k or something. So when I put like a 400k item in there, I'm basically set for quite some time. Yeah, worm tasks were something that are always a bit weird for me, at least, because I tried to get every worm bone to the bank, and that took quite some time. And I don't know if I'm the only one that has that song playing in his head when he sees a blood veld superior, but I always think of that Moto Moto song from Madagascar, like this one. I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky, I like 'em big, I like 'em lumpy. I'm not gonna show that on screen, but I think the short music. If you know basically, and if you don't, then maybe look that scene up or not. It's Moto Moto, I like them big. At least that's how I found that song again. Shortly after, in that same task, I got 76 attack as well. And on my next bursting task, I got 75 Slayer. And with 75 Slayer, I'm gonna end this episode as well. We gained quite a lot of XP. And I think that's actually a good part to end it, because in the next episode we're gonna go in and just grind out the different monsters and basically get all the stuff that we need. We didn't get that many collection log slots, but overall with 6, I think that's still quite alright for gaining over 10 Slayer levels as well, and a lot of different combat levels. And I hope you liked the way that I was just talking over all of the levels. I think everyone has seen episodes with just these level 74, 75, 76, the kind of stuff. I mean, I think I tried to give it a little bit of a different spin. If you liked it, maybe leave a like. And if you don't want to miss out on any more episodes, feel free to subscribe as well. Bye bye.